Danieni bidi abaye kasemo na wetimi ati bidi efrimu na mensaka Jonas class on a deputy EU ambassador Emma Ghana and I say deputy EU ambassador to Ghana into ne ba be twetwe nkomo is above the noise campaign into no nkomo bo e na ye ba bebo Jonas mema wache
Mache
what to say
yeah
as I was about Macas, Yabaka, before, so maybe I deserve a natural person to make up my watching as ye near Mema watching.
Mache, thank you for having me.
Okay, I was trying to teach you, the response to good morning. So when I tell Mema watching, then you respond ye near. Ye near, So good morning, the response is ye near. And then, do you understand how are you?
Oh, yeah. I'm getting there.
Yeah, getting
Every
there.
Day,
how many years have you been in Ghana?
Close to 2 years now. So I admit I should have made more progress by now.
Exactly.
But you can help me.
Of course, I will do that. From here, I'll start speaking to you in Chi, so you can get the understanding. Okay, so let's see the goals in Above the Noise campaign and why is it important in Ghana?
Thank you for having me. I think we spent a lot of time as diplomats in our offices in dusty negotiation rooms. So I think it's important that we reach out to the youth, and that's what this campaign is specifically focused about, to reach out on topics that we don't talk about every day with the youth of Ghana, the urban youth in particular.
Okay, so to you as an EU ambassador, what is the broader picture, how it reflects in Ghana and even Africa as a whole? How is it going to reflect in Ghana?
So we've already started a campaign a few weeks ago on our social media feeds. I encourage everybody to check those out. And it really introduces these topics in Ghana on our feeds, but it's been picked up on several media. We're here today. And we'd like to have those conversations with Ghanaians, going out to the major cities as well, to talk about topics like peace and security, multilateralism, also migration, a difficult topic sometimes to talk about. But we've had some very, very interesting conversations with the Ghanaian youth on this. Okay,
so is it going to be, a forum where you bring the youth together, then you educate them, then they will spread the news? How is it going to be done?
This is mostly a media campaign, social media, formal media. But of course, in parallel to that, we do a lot of engagement with youth. We have youth platforms throughout the country. I think in the last few years, the European Union has really made a shift, also here in Ghana, in trying to make sure that we hear from youth in shaping our own policies, in setting our own projects forward. After all, we're not here for ourselves, we're here for the future of Ghana, and the future is its youth.
Okay, we just played some video and we've seen some influencers, Ghanaian influencers in the video. Why are you focusing on the Ghanaian influencers, and what role are they going to play a pivotal role in the campaign?
I hope you liked the videos. Sure I did. It's definitely a fresh touch. Working with these young Ghanaians helps them as well get more noticed, helps give them a platform. But it also attracts and it speaks their language. I think when you hear somebody like Kali J speak, I think it'll attract more Ghanaian youth than if I myself would convey that message. So we're happy to team up and partner with some of these very, very talented young Ghanaians.
Okay, so since the focus is on the youth, let's see the importance. Assuming someone is migrating from Ghana, is it going to be a necessity, or are there opportunities for them to, migrate?
Yes, there are. I think we have one education program, for example, the Erasmus Plus program, through which, together with the European Union and the various member states, we send close to 100 Ghanaians to European universities every year. So that's a legal pathway of migration for education specifically. There's also other legal pathways. But of course, this is one avenue that we walk through. There are also illegal pathways, which of course we try to stem. Just want to make sure that certain Ghanaian migrants are not being put into danger as well. On migration, I think it's also important that Ghana is not just a a country of origin, but also of destination. There are also migrants and refugees arriving to Ghana. So that's something that the European Union is working on quite heavily as well in its programming.
Okay, so let's look at disinformation. Why is the EU so focused on disinformation, and does it have effect on Ghana?
So much of our work is needs driven. We also work on those aspects that the Ghanaian government has prioritized, and I think disinformation and misinformation is certainly a priority here in Ghana for the Ghanaian government, but also for the European Union. So we work on disinformation by domestic actors, but also by foreign actors. We do media monitoring, but it's mostly in support of what the Ghanaian government is doing in terms of detecting it and trying to address it.
Okay, so how is EU supporting this cause to, stabilize it, especially in Ghana? Talking about the stability, how is the support going to be?
You mean peace and stability?
Now the campaign. So
Yeah.
how are the EU going to support it?
So we already have some engagements going on. I think the most notable that I can put on the table today is support for journalists, making sure that we can help investigative journalists, but also other journalists in becoming more effective in communicating key messages. As I said, we also do media monitoring ourselves so that we can try to identify those actors that are engaging in disinformation, misinformation. I think it's also important to note that it's not just domestic actors engaged in this, but also foreign information manipulation is a global challenge. This brings us a little bit of the topic, I think, of today of multilateralism. Is that what this is all about is trying to solve very complex problems together. No single country can deal with that on its own. And we need collaboration between the European Union and Ghana to solve issues like this, like disinformation and misinformation.
Okay, so what does the partnership really mean to EU, and how is the working going to be in Ghana on the peace campaign?
Well, the peace campaign has been rolling out in a couple of weeks. Again, this is just a media campaign. It's been rolling out through different media. So we are getting close to the May month as well. May is the month that we celebrate the European Union here in Ghana, and that's usually several activities that we will be engaging in during that month with the government, with civil society, including on the topics that you're describing.
So you made mention of the multilateralism. What is the EU? What are the EU? What are they doing about it?
So multilateralism, I think, is one of the topics that we worked on with this campaign, and we engaged with youth on this topic. And I think it's obviously big words, but it can be explained in very simple terms. It's as I mentioned, collaboration between countries in this case to really address complex problems. And maybe I'll give a concrete example. I was in Western region, in Buswa, a few weeks ago, and near the coastline there's a bridge which is in pretty bad condition. So what had happened is that several restaurants, lodges and bars had all chipped in to help restore that bridge, where each individual actor would probably not have been able to do that on their own. So they came together, and that's almost like multilateralism in action at the local level. Multilateralism is needed to help fix complex problems, and multilateral institutions like the United Nations, like ECOWAS, are needed to structure that collaboration.
I see. Talking about embarking on a peace project in Ghana, before one can embark on peace project, it means maybe you've gotten a hint of distraction. So you want to educate the youth, the benefits of peace, if there should be, a chaos or even a war, the distractions and all that. Have you, in your projects, identified certain things before, coming together to come up with such a project?
Yes, I mean, we are of course in a very good situation in Ghana. Ghana, if you look at the map, is a haven of peace in a way, in a very, very turmoil environment. There's something called the Global Peace Index, and if you look at all the African countries, Ghana is actually in the top 5 of most peaceful. Country, but we want to keep it that way. And that's why peace projects, conflict prevention is so important. Also here in Ghana, while we may think, well, Ghana is a fairly peaceful country, why do we need that focus on peace and security? Well, I think it's important to keep Ghana peaceful as it is right now.
Okay, I mean, I would like to take your final words. We are wrapping up.
Well, thanks for having the opportunity. I think Ghana and the European Union have a lot in common. And I think the topics that we talked about right now really exemplify this. This is a time to open up the hands to each other, and in a time when certain countries seem to be retreating on the international scene, I think there's still a lot of countries out there, like the European Union, like Ghana, that really want to commit themselves to multilateralism, collaborate. So I'm eager to work on that with this beautiful nation. Okay, so is it going to be just on social media, or you'll be having conferences? If someone wants to join, are there, websites the person can go register? How is it? This is mostly a social media campaign. I'd say follow the social media feeds of the European Union. We're on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, you name it. The spots that you've seen earlier today are on there as well. And lucky to be engaged with such a talented group of young people. And thank you for having the opportunity for having me today. Okay, thank you so much. Jonas Class, a Deputy EU Ambassador, and ane yene na twetwe nkomoni nyina ye. Dwumade bi esi wo mani so a wo mo efa emabuno so any social media influencers so eno mo di say dwumade no. Enti ni nyina e ya asomdwe e ho dembo afesu ye nyina ye betimi aka bomu na ya ye dwuma bi na aye successful. Ni nyina ka ho ye nyina bedodo ye ho ebibre mu ahasei hu nua just we nua we bi nya abontensu ni nyina e ka ho bi say dwumade na wo mu di no na esi wo mani so a wo mo epese wo ye twetwe enkomo ye da ye ho apomudin kita hodie eto ase beba sesia.